Played at Dodger Stadium, it was one of the most exciting high school baseball games I have ever seen. In the end, it went 12 innings, and the Santa Margarita Eagles won 1-0 over the Norco Cougars, and in doing so, became the Division II CIF Southern Section champions. Today, I sit down with head coach Chris Malec and 3 of his star players for a candid conversation. I'm Paul Higgins. This is Coach's Corner, and all the action starts right now. Coach, how far does 2001 seem now that you're a coach and you were once a player at SM?
It's a long time, you know. It feels ages ago, you know. Shoot, I think I retired from playing. Retire is a bad word. I think I was forced out of the game. It wasn't good enough, you know, 10 years ago, and that seems like ages ago, you know. I think of just, you know, this season alone, it's only 3 months long, but it really feels a long period of time just because there's so much that goes into it, you know, with the players, in the practice setting, you know, team dinner, just all the little things that kind of go into it. It feels like a really long season, though. It's a short time period, and you create so many memories in that short time period. It's crazy. So, you know, you reach all the way back to 01. Gosh, that's forever.
Yeah. I'll say something. Tell me if this sounds familiar. Malec, all league 3 years. All OC baseball team, UCSB, all Big West team, all Big West Conference. In 2005, Yankees made it all the way up to AAA. That's a pretty good resume for a high school coach.
You know, I was fortunate to be one of those guys that filled out a roster for the good players that were going to be able to eventually make it to the big leagues. But I love the game, passionate about it, and I learned a lot through the course of my career. I was fortunate to be able to play and have some great experiences and enjoy just a lot of great memories of, you know, learning how to play the game, building relationships with my teammates and being in that locker room. And, you know, I don't miss playing, but I do remember some great things, you know, that you know, my teammates and I were able to kind of share throughout the course of the career.
What's the difference between AAA and major leagues?
A good question. I never got to experience the full major league experience. Got to play in a few big league spring training games, and I know that's a different environment, but those guys are pretty special. And they're pretty special just in their ability to the minute details and how consistent they can be, consistent with their work ethic, consistent with their ability to put a good swing on a certain pitch and just execute on a regular basis. Their physical skill set is close between AAA and the major leagues, but it's just their ability to do it over and over and over again. It's a separating factor. You know, some guys can do it, and very few can do it, I should say.
Right. You have now coached, managed at Dodger Stadium. Can you remind me, did you ever play there?
No, never played Dodger Stadium. So
what was that surreal even for you to be there in the same dugout? And again, you have tasted what it feels like to play professionally. But did you even get that sense of this is pretty special?
Oh yeah, you walk into Dodger Stadium, it's an iconic ballpark. You know, the last game I watched there was, you know, the Red Sox and the Dodgers in the World Series, and it's special. You go into it and you're like, this is a cool place to be. You know, the field's immaculate. I want to go talk to the grounds crew and figure out how do we make our ballpark kind of look like that. I never got the opportunity to play on a major league field in a competitive game. You know, I got a chance to walk on some major league fields at times. You know, go through a couple tryouts, but never play in a competitive game in that aspect at any level, collegiate, high school, professional. So it was a different feeling. You know, we got the chance to play State in the last couple of years with our boys and there. So just competing in this sense with the magnitude of a CIF championship at Dodger Stadium, it's a special experience.
How did you settle your team down to play baseball there? And then as the game progressed, where did you see this game going?
You know, well, we talked about kind of before the game, I brought up the old Hoosier story and seeing if anybody had seen the movie, but just talking about, hey, you know, enjoy the experience of being at the stage, settle down. We try to get the boys there a little bit early just to be able to take in the atmosphere. And then from there, hey, it's 60 feet 6 inches from home plate to the pitcher's mound, and then it's still 90 feet from base to base, and it's still the same kind of thing. And the boys have done a really good job. They've shown a tremendous amount of maturity and growth in their maturation process of just being able to settle in and staying composed, and they've shown it, time after time, and this time was no different. So ultimately, my goal throughout the game was to really try to just stay as calm as I possibly could, and just let the boys know they're going to be okay. And if they stay composed themselves, they're going to be able to do something special. But really, it's a credit to the kids and their ability to show that maturity and show that mental fortitude to be able to stay, hey, this is going to work.
Yeah. So you had great pitching. You and I talked about it after the game. Timely hitting again. I mean, just amazing at the plate. Not everything went your way. What were you thinking as what was the game plan as you get deeper into this game? And of course, Milan comes up and does what he does.
It was we had some opportunities to score some runs throughout the course of the game. A number of different innings, and some of those innings kind of run to a moderate bit of a blur. Just kind of, we played so many. But things that stand out to me. Kobe Wallace had a bullet to the second baseman. We thought we were going to get a run. Second baseman made a fantastic play. And then Kobe had another one, and Ethan Flanagan, lined out to the shortstop with Connor Bain at second base. Hey, we're gonna drag one across here. And then Milan had an opportunity with bases loaded in the fifth, I believe it was. And we're gonna score, and it was a big emotional turn momentum point where the other team could kind of, hey, start to take some charge. Sure. and start to run with it. But ultimately, they didn't really get the opportunity because our pitchers were so good. Matthew and Spencer did such a fantastic job. The fifth inning rolled around, and we thought we were going to get one. Came so close, didn't get one. Our 2 and 3 hitters were up at the plate. We're going to get it. Matthew comes right out, throws up a quick 0, and we're back in the dugout. And it kind of steals that momentum and doesn't really allow them to fully capture it. And then, as extra innings kind of went across, Spencer, he had one hit. Yeah. So he never totally put us in that full pressure situation. He was just so good. Yeah. And so that took a little bit of the ease off of the ball club because we never fully had to kind of expend that extra it.
Your thoughts? I wouldn't say you argued, but you did come out of the dugout a couple times.
I want the boys to know that I have their back. I'm standing behind them. Aaron, the one play, Aaron got hit on the wrist. Yeah. It was a different sound, and that's really what I noticed. The sound on the end of the bat. His bat makes a huge ting noise every time he hits anyway. But you could tell that sound right there. And there's a couple plays at second base that I thought went the wrong way, and they're pretty close. And just wanted to ask for some help and kind of get out there and just, hey, we want to make sure we get this right. This is a game that has some serious meaning, some serious magnitude. Let's slow down. Let's make sure that hey, the guys know that, hey, this is not the call that I believe was right.
Jack made an incredible attempt at a foul ball. Did it take your breath away a little bit?
You know what? Honestly, it didn't, because I was watching the ball. I turn around, kind of peek up, and hey, where's the ball? Hits the net. Next thing I know, I hear thump, thump, thump. And I look down, and there's 2 cameramen and my catcher on the ground. And my impression was Jack just kind of slid through the opening and wiped out a couple of cameramen. But it wasn't until after that I realized he smashed his head and clotheslined, his face straight into the bar. And Jack popped up so quick. He's like, "Hey, how you doing?" I'm good. Where's my mask? He was just ready to go and ready to get back on the field. I didn't think much of it. I had to check in with him. When I saw the footage on Monday, oh my gosh, you got smoked. Right. So really, I didn't have that much worry because I didn't think, because he popped up so quick and was just like, hey, ready to go.
Yeah, he was ready to go and came back in the game and finished strong. Talk about the top half of the 12th inning. Milan comes up. Plus, you got a base hit, and then you got an error on the third baseman on a hard hit ball. But you've got Milan at home, and he crushed that ball.
He hammered it. At the very least, I'm thinking double. He hit it pretty good. I was like, hey, does that have a chance? Is it going to go? We're all looking, and it seems like their right fielder Forbes is running for forever. It was at least a good 100 feet. And we thought it had a good chance to get out of the ballpark, and we're going to score 2 and have Milan at second or third base, with his speed and chance to kind of break something open and have a little bit of cushion. But man, it was the best high school catch I've ever seen in my life. Yeah. It was unbelievable what Forbes did. I can't give that kid enough credit. The 8 innings he pitched, and then he goes right field and makes a play of the year. Yeah,
pretty amazing. So you get that 1 run, 1-0, and then the bottom half of the 12th. 3 up, 3 down.
back to Spencer, just like, that's a tough environment to be able to finish out a championship. It's not easy, that's why they pay those closers in the big league so much money. Just those last 3 outs are difficult. He walked out just, hey, calm, cool, collected, just, hey, I'm going after you, and did his thing. And, good playing right. Juan took care of a routine ground ball, and Trevor caught the pop up to finish it. So it was just Spencer just doing his thing, and that's not an easy thing to do, and he made it look very easy.
You had a good moment with your coaches. I can't say enough about the coaches and the men around you.
Those guys have been a rock for the kids all year, and they've dedicated a lot of time. Yeah. They've sacrificed some time away from their families and done a significant amount of work, and you can tell the passion and care that they have for those boys. And we're hugging, and I just, as they came up and embraced me and said, hey, stop, and enjoy watching the kids dogpile. Like, this is what it's about, sharing, you do it so that these kids can share experiences like this and create memories like this. And we slowed down and wanted just to see the kids be able to celebrate. But those coaches have put a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of care into what they do. And I'm fortunate to be able to have such a great staff around me to support these boys, and I think they're very lucky.
Obvious question. I know you had fun. And what do you take away from a game like this now? You were brought in here, already a CIF champ, very successful alum at playing baseball here at Santa Margarita, and now you've got a lot of returning players with the CIF championship underneath their belt.
It's neat. It's a neat, and we're starting to kind of slowly start to figure out what the schedule's going to be like next year, and I haven't had the full time to start to sit down and think about, okay, what are the challenges that we're going to have to face? There's going to be a lot of, there's continued learning, and that's kind of what our hope is. And it's different lessons, of being able to how to be able to sustain success. At the beginning of the year, we had talked about, hey, what it takes to be successful. Now it's sustaining it, and it's a different topic, and it's a different thing. So, they certainly have, a resume, and they go, hey, we can do this. This is something special. This is what it feels like. And now it's talking to them, hey, the hard part is, everybody gets a chance at some point to get there, but it's being able to stay there. And so there's going to be some fun lessons to talk about and share and teach on a daily basis. And it's certainly not going to be easy. There's the ups and downs and all that, but that's the joy of coaching. The different set of challenges and different set of circumstances every year. And one thing we had talked about at the beginning of the playoffs was sooner or later, hopefully it's 3 weeks from now, that we're not going to be together as a ball club anymore. Yeah. We lose 9 guys, and no matter what, every year the dynamic of the team changes. Yeah. But we only have these 3 weeks. Let's make the most out of it. Let's fight for another day together. And they fought tremendously hard throughout the course of the entire playoffs. Coach, you did a great job. Enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, enjoy it with the kids. So proud of you. Thank you, Paul. Congratulations. Thank you.
Why go anywhere else for your remodel project when you can find everything here at Decor and Tile? Our expert staff has years of experience which is passed on to you whether you are a homeowner, contractor, or designer. At Decor and Tile, we make your project easy with our beautiful and unique showroom filled with tile, stone, decorative glass, wood tile, granite, and quartz like Pentel, Caesarstone, and USA Cambria. Find out why Decor and Tile is the most referred showroom in South Orange County. Come in, call, or visit us on the web today.
Milan, has it sunk in yet what you guys did at Dodger Stadium?
Yeah, it did Sunday morning. Eating breakfast just kind of like hit me. I was wearing the CIF shirt. And I was like, wow, yeah, we actually did it, so it did sink in.
You're no stranger to big league ballparks. Your dad, of course, Angels broadcaster. He does a great job, by the way.
Thank you.
And you hit one to the fence at Angel Stadium, what you said, 2 years ago? Last year?
Yeah, I hit the top of the fence.
And you almost got this one out.
Yes.
So when you hit it, and David Espinoza was in the dugout and has a great shot of that swing that you had. When you hit it, you looked, and that thing was gone, right?
Yeah, I mean, it obviously crossed my mind, like, oh, this one has a chance. With the drizzling rain and the big ballpark, the Dodger Stadium is known for not giving up too many home runs, but it definitely crossed my mind. I definitely looked at it a little bit, but then it kind of like registered, like, oh, you got to run, so I started running.
So many things happens on that play. You hit the ball deep, Michael Forbes makes an incredible catch, a catch that I've never seen on a high school level. And then you get an RBI and you go up 1-0. And then it sinks in, I think, with everybody in the dugout like, oh wow, we were up 1-0. We didn't get the home run, but we're up 1-0. Still a huge moment for you.
Yeah, no, that was great. Obviously, when he first caught it, I was like, darn, like, could have been a good one. But then it registered in my head, oh, we just scored. Oh, it's the 12th inning. Like, oh, this is it. Like, we just won the game.
Yeah.
So I wasn't too mad that he caught it. I was more happy that we scored. So.
Yeah, I know there's a lot of elation in the dugout. But leading up to that, you guys aren't at a 0-0 ball game or a 1-0 ball game without great defense. You and I talked about that after the game at Dodger Stadium. Your defense on all levels was exceptional. Tell us about that.
Well, you know, it's just, so we just make the routine and hope the other ones kind of fall our way, because you can't practice the ones that you don't know are going to happen. You can only practice routine ones. The other ones kind of, you just let your athletic ability happen. And, you know, our team was really, really efficient with keeping the ball and like doing what we had to do. So it just worked out well with everything.
Can't say enough about the great pitching. And when you have great pitching, it makes your job a little easier. But they rely on you too. Once the ball is hit past them, boy, everything happens. But tell us about the pitching. Two great pitchers came out and did a fine job.
Well, yeah, they've been doing it all year, so tip of the cap to them. You know, they've numerous times they've kept us in good ball games. You know, big stage, small stage, whatever it is. You know, it's a good game. You know, when they're on the mound, we have a big chance of winning, good shot. So, you know, they're just dogs, and they're just really good at what they do. So.
This time last year, you were already thinking about your junior year. When you stepped into your junior year, did you ever think that you would be CIF champions? I know that this is a young team. Coach Malec's second year at Santa Margarita, haven't been in the playoffs in years, and here you are, a CIF champ.
Yeah, well, especially because last year Coach Malec came in like kind of late because of the whole coach scenario. But you know, coming into this year, you know, I knew we had a chance. I didn't know it was this big of a chance, but I knew we had a chance. I'm gonna be honest. You know, you could see the level of talent our team has, our pitching staff, our defense. Offensively came along well too, so you could definitely see like, oh, they have a shot. So I obviously thought, you know, I didn't think it would happen this clearly, but it did work out. So
You got hot at the right time. Tell us about that. I mean, you had a stretch there of a 3-game losing streak towards the end of the year to a rival, and then all of a sudden you bounce back and it's like lights out. Yeah,
you know, that series we knew it was going to happen eventually. Like, our pitching was just so good throughout the year. We knew, okay, it's like, it's going to happen. It's baseball. They're not going to be perfect every time. So when that happened, the mentality was, oh, they got it out of the way. Now they're just going to go back to being them. And, you know, we're not going to have to worry about it happening again. So that worked out. And then as we went through playoffs, our offense picked up, winning a couple close games. And all of a sudden, 9-1, I went down to Union, a really good team. So, you know, it all lined up, puzzle pieces aligned, and it went well.
Well, you are a fantastic baseball player.
Thank you.
And you've got such a great future ahead of you. How much are you looking forward to your senior year?
Oh, I can't wait. I honestly can't wait. You know, with the friends and the relationships that I've built through high school, you know, some before high school, just that one last year with everybody is really going to be special. So.
Congratulations on a fantastic day.
Thank you very much.
RW Dentistry, located in San Juan Capistrano, meets all your dental needs in one convenient location. With the latest dental technology and affordable financial plans, we promise to give you the confidence a beautiful smile can inspire.
I love it. Each time I come in here, I say I love my teeth.
RW Implants and Cosmetic Family Dentistry in San Juan Capistrano. Contact them today to schedule your appointment. RW Implants and Cosmetic Dentistry. Matthew, your energy on the mound is really something special. I was watching you before the game, and you just seemed kind of in a zone. You told me after the game that it took you a little while to settle down. You masked it pretty good. Is it fake it till you make it, or tell me about that?
I mean, of course, playing Dodger Stadium, you're gonna have some big time nerves, obviously pitching on that mound. I mean, yeah, walking in the bullpen, walking, you know, to the dugout before the game, I obviously was always, like you said, I wasn't trying to show, but I was pretty dang nervous. It was pretty nerve-wracking. But I mean, I feel like I've been in these situations the whole year, kind of some big time, like with adversity, and so I was kind of used to it, so I was able to kind of cover it.
What did you know about this team and the way they took to the plate. Did you know much at all? It's not like majors where you can scout teams all the time. Was it difficult pitching to this team? You kept them off the base paths. Tell me about that.
I mean, Coach Cool and Coach Malec give us support before every game about the opponent. So, I mean, I had an idea of what they were going to do. I mean, nothing. I think we pitched their report pretty well, but I mean, they surprised me a little bit with they were very aggressive, but they were also very scrappy. Yeah. They fought hard in some at bats. So, I mean, I think I was well prepared.
You made some great plays off the mound. Tell me about your defense and how you pride yourself on good defense.
I mean, the bunt, I took the double play in the bunt, which was awesome. And then I thought I had the double play in the comebacker. It was kind of a bad throw, but I mean, during practice, I love doing PFPs, like pitcher stuff, and I love doing bunties. And most people don't. I think it's awesome. It's one of the best parts of practice for me. But I mean, I think just, being in the zone, being so prepared throughout practices the whole year and going game speed, it's just kind of, I was ready for it.
I'm not one for recognizing every pitch from the press box, but what were you throwing that day?
Throwing fastballs from two-seamer, curveball, a little cutter slider, and then a changeup.
So what was the pitch that you relied on?
Usually my changeup. Changeup wasn't working too well. I'd say probably my more fastball curveball combo.
Does your catcher talk about that with you? You hear about it, the relationship between catchers and pitchers. Do you have that type of relationship?
Yes, with Jack. Jack's one of my best friends. I love that guy. He's awesome. He took a shot, came back in, but Jack's awesome. We've over the year we've grown very close. He's like a little brother to me, and he's not afraid to coach me or tell me if I'm doing something wrong or calm me down. He's great back there.
Yeah, his play took our breath away. When he was going towards the photographers and hit his head. What were you thinking when you saw that? I mean, it was pretty amazing.
I was scared for Jack. I was in the other dugout. I was out of the game by then, but I was scared he severely injured himself. I was scared like concussion or like, something like a trip to the hospital. But he's a trooper. I mean, the guy, it's incredible.
They're very tough, and you've got him another year.
Yes.
Let's talk about this year. You guys were not picked, of course, to win, big championships, but Coach Malec comes in his second year. Here you are, a junior. You got a young team. It's pretty amazing what you guys accomplished.
I think it's awesome. I think it all started, with a retreat we went on before season. A few days before our first game, we went on this retreat, and we kind of created this idea and our vision of what we want to do and who we want to be this season. And Coach just kept on reiterating it throughout the whole season. Just win this pitch, win the day, win our last game, and we're a good team. We have tons of talent, and if we play like we should, we're gonna win a lot of games, and that's what we did.
You mentioned Norco. They were a scrappy team, class group of kids. I know it was a very competitive game. What can you say about their team?
First off, their pitcher, Michael Forbes, he was phenomenal, and he grinded throughout 8 innings, and then went and played right field, had a couple of tough at-bats, and he played a great game, and the whole team too. They were great kids, and they played hard. They deserved the win, we just happened to come out on top, but kudos to them. They played well.
Yeah, I know they respect you guys as well. The dog pile at the end. Did you realize that you were on Dodger Stadium infield where so many World Series has been played, so many games called? I mean, you hear Vin Scully's voice echo even when he's not there. I get the chills thinking about it. I can't imagine what you feel.
I don't know what I was feeling. I feel like I almost blacked out for a second in the dog pile. It was just, the feeling of winning, especially championship, is just crazy and awesome, and then doing it with your best friends and the buddies you made all year is awesome, and then just, Dodger Stadium makes it even better, and the past 2 World Series have ended there too. So for us to kind of, hop onto that legacy, it was crazy. I don't know if it's sunk in yet.
Matthew, congratulations. So proud of you, and I know great things are going to come for you even more next year.
Thank you so much, Coach Higgins.
Why go anywhere else for your remodel project when you can find everything here at Decor & Tile? Our expert staff has years of experience which is passed on to you whether you are a homeowner, contractor, or designer. At Decor & Tile, we make your project easy with our beautiful and unique showroom filled with tile, stone, decorative glass, wood tile, granite, and quartz like Pentel, Caesarstone, and USA Cambria. Find out why Decor & Tile is the most referred showroom in South Orange County. Come in, call, or visit us on the web today.
So Spencer, you come in the 6th inning in on relief. There's 1 out. Plenty of trouble on the base pass. Tell me your thoughts about that inning.
Coming out of the bullpen, I actually was worried about the run from the bullpen to the mound. We were joking the day before about bringing out the bullpen cart,
Yeah.
but I was just staying loose. I didn't want to be like too nervous or anything, so I just went out. And
Was that the first time that you stepped on that mound that day is when you're going to pitch? So you never had an opportunity to feel that mound, right?
no, it was different. There was a game played before. They had to do quick repairs on it, so it wasn't the best quality, like Dodger Stadium quality, but it was a pretty good mound, so I was excited.
Well, you only allowed 1 hit in 6 2/3 innings, that's right?
Yes.
And how did you keep them off the base pass? Because this is a pretty good hitting team.
I just stayed aggressive. Like, my defense made a ton of great plays behind me, so I just had faith with them throughout the whole game. So
I talked to Matthew about what he was pitching and what he was throwing. What were you throwing and what were you happy with?
I was actually just really happy with my fastball. I can command it both sides. So a couple kids, I ran it in on them. They didn't really like that. And then slider was working, changeup, I didn't really use it that much. I used it on the 1 hit. He just flicked it off. So the changeup was just to throw off the hitters. Slider was working. So
Seemed like a little bit of gamesmanship in the batter's box. Long time, and then they would step out. And I'm like, how many times is this going to happen? Tell me about that, because there's a little bit of strategy going on, and I'm curious to get your take on it.
So one batter, it was like 3 straight pitches that he would call time. The ump wouldn't be indicating it, and I'd just start going, and then the ump would stop me in the middle of my pitch, and I just kept through because I didn't want to get injured or stop and hurt my ankle or something. So that was kind of funny. And then I kind of got annoyed, so one of them, I just stood on the mound, just waited for him to actually call time.
I was wondering about that one. You were up there a long time.
Yeah, I was just waiting. I was just playing with him because I was in a rhythm and I didn't want to venture off from it, so they were just trying to throw me off.
Did you feel like this was an extra inning game? Because it was a 0-0 game and you were well into extra innings. Most of the innings that you pitched were in extra innings. Did it feel that way, or did it just feel like a regular game?
In the dugout, it really felt like an extra inning game. We were all very energized, wanting to win it. To be honest, I didn't remember 3 of the innings. I only remember running out to the mound 3 times because I was just I was just focused. So.
You're in the moment.
Yeah.
Definitely in the moment. So you're a senior, you're graduating, you're going to Cornell, going to play baseball, and I know you're a pretty good student, probably a very good student. And your thoughts about what you accomplished on the field, at a Saturday afternoon at Dodger Stadium.
It was undescribable. It was a great experience to have, going off to the next level. I couldn't have asked for a better ending. So.
You were on the mound when your catcher decided to go after a foul ball. We talked about it a lot on the show, but I wanted to get your take because you were right there.
So I watched him run over there, and I wasn't paying attention to the fence, and he obviously wasn't either. And when he hit it, I was on the mound, whoa, that just happened. He came up, and I was looking at him, and he was his head was wandering, eyes wandering, and then I was like, Jack, you want me to throw you a pitch, to make sure you're good? And he's like, no, I'm good. And first pitch, caught it. I was surprised that it didn't hit his face mask. So
Crazy.
Yeah.
I got to ask you about the last inning real quick. 3 up, 3 down, and then you guys celebrate. Tell me about that.
I was just really pumped. We got a run, and we had an all game, and I couldn't let him down, so I just went out there and made sure to get a win.
Unbelievable day, something that I'll never forget, and I was just there covering it. But someone that's done a lot of games over the years, that was probably the best high school game I've ever been a part of. So thank you, congratulations,
Thank you.
and good luck at Cornell.
Thank you.